My first recollection of heartbreak was when I was 4 years old. My grandfather told me he didn't love me. I still remember the initial confusion as I tried to process the emotions I felt. Yes, I was hurt, but this pain was new. It felt like my heart had split into two. It was my first week of school, a time that's usually filled with the joys of making friends and learning new things. My mum couldn't pick me up that day due to work commitments, so my grandfather showed up instead. I was eager to tell him about my day and all the wonderful things that had happened. But his reply, spoken in a heavy Trinidadian accent, was simply, "I don't care about that." Grandad was always miserable, so I didn't pay him much mind. However, when we reached home, the atmosphere grew heavier. I was still in high spirits, so I continued talking and following him around. That's when he knelt down, looked me squarely in the eyes and said, "I don't care about that. I don't love you. Hush your mouth and go wait for your mother to come." I ran to the living room and curled up in the corner of the couch. Waiting for my mum felt like an eternity. Every minute that passed was riddled with confusion, and all that consumed my mind was the simple question, what did I do wrong? That's my first core memory, and it's a harsh one, isn't it? Even though it's tough to carry, it's played a significant role in forming how I view certain things. This experience made it clear how complex human emotions and relationships can be. As painful as it was, it served as a stark lesson. Love isn't always a guarantee, even when you think it should be, especially when it comes to family, your first community, who are naturally expected to offer unconditional love and protection. You see, my grandfather was an abusive man, and the brunt of his anger, unfortunately, fell on my mother. Witnessing that abuse as a child was both heartbreaking and eye-opening. The relationship I had with my mother, Jeanette, was the bedrock on which my life was built. She was my world, and our bond was my sanctuary. She was a remarkable woman, but not just because of the unconditional love she poured into me. She also showed incredible strength when life got tough. Despite her difficult past, she became a living example of what it means to overcome. Even with the heavy baggage of her history, my mother became a symbol of resilience and independence. She single-handedly raised me after breaking away from my father, who was neither present nor a positive influence in our lives. Her role as a bookkeeper enabled her to offer me a better future. She poured both time and resources into my upbringing, giving me opportunities she'd never had. What struck me most was her sacrifice of personal time. As a single mother, her moments of solitude or leisure were rare. Despite this, Mum made sure she had some alone time in the mornings and evenings, a non-negotiable that I not only respected, but also incorporated into my daily routine, and something I still do to this day. There were the occasional times, too, when she'd hire a babysitter and go out with her friends for the night. I would sit at the end of her bed in awe, captivated by the transformation as she dressed up. The air would fill with the scent of her signature perfume, Poison, and for a moment, she looked stress-free, glowing in her happiness. In my eyes, it was always us two against the world. My mother's life was far from easy, but her spirit, her resilience, and her love shaped me into who I am today. And for that, I am eternally grateful.